Hey there, welcome to the channel. Today we're answering a question I hear all the time. Want to buy a business? Now, if that thought has ever crossed your mind, but you didn't know where to start or what business to buy, this video is for you. We're breaking it down in simple steps. No confusing words, no boring details, just real information you can actually use. So grab a snack, hit the like button, and let's get into it. First things first. Why would anyone want to buy a business instead of starting one from scratch? Think about it like this. Starting a business is like building a house from the ground up. It takes a lot of time, energy, and money, and sometimes things go wrong along the way. Buying a business is like buying a house that's already built. You get the keys, you walk right in, and someone else already did the hard part. That's why smart investors and entrepreneurs looking for existing businesses to buy. It saves time, it lowers risk, and if you do it right, it makes you money faster. Now, what kind of business should you buy? That depends on a few things. Let me walk you through the most important ones. Number one, look at what's in demand. You don't want to buy a business that people aren't using anymore. You want to buy something that's popular, something that people are spending money on right now. For example, weight loss. Right now, weight loss clinics are one of the hottest businesses out there. Why? Because people care about looking good and feeling healthy. And new medications like GLP-1 are changing the game. So if you're wondering, want to buy a business? A weight loss clinic using GLP-1s could be a smart pick. But let's keep moving. Number two, look at how much the business already makes. When you buy a business, it's like buying a machine that prints money. You want to make sure it's actually working. Ask, how many customers do they have? And how much do they make each month? How much do they spend each month? You want a business that makes more money than it spends. That's called profit. Number three, know how much it costs to buy. Some businesses cost $10,000, others cost $1 million. It depends on size, location, and how much money it already makes. A weight loss clinic, for example, might cost anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000, depending on size. But remember, when you buy something like that, you're buying the building, the equipment, the customers, and the brand. That's a lot of value. Let's talk about a few other things you need to think about before buying one. Are there employees? If yes, you need to pay them, train them, and make sure they're doing a good job. If there aren't any, that means you'll be doing the work yourself or hiring new people. Two, are there debts or problems you don't know about? You don't want to buy a business only to find out later it owes a lot of money or has bad reviews from customers. That's why you always do your research first. This is called due diligence. It's like homework before making a big decision. Now, let me give you an example using GLP-1 weight loss clinics. Imagine you find a clinic in a busy city. They have 300 clients each. Now, each of those clients pays $500 a month for GLP-1 shots and weight loss support. That's $150,000 a month in revenue. Let's say they spend $70,000 a month on rent, staff, supplies. That means $80,000 a month in profit. If someone sells you that business for $400,000, you're basically paying for 5 months worth of profits up front. After that, everything else you make is yours. Now that's a smart deal if all the numbers check out. Okay, so now you're probably asking, how do I actually find the business to buy? Good question. Here's how most people do it. Step one, check online marketplaces. Like there are websites like buybizsale.com, lootnet.com, flippa.com for online businesses. You can search by price, location, and type of business. Step two, work with a business broker. This is like a real estate agent, but for businesses. They help connect buyers and sellers, make sure all the paperwork is right, and keep things legal. Step 3, network. Sometimes the best deals don't show up online. You hear about them from friends, business owners, or other investments. Now, once you find a business you want, here's what happens. You talk to the seller. You ask questions about money, customers, and operations. You look at financial records. This means bank statements, tax returns, profit and loss reports. You visit the business in person to make sure it looks clean, professional, and organized. Then comes negotiation. Most of the time, the first price is just a starting point. You can offer less or ask the seller to include things like equipment, training, or marketing materials. Once you both agree on a price, you sign a contract. Now, you may need a lawyer to help you with this part. It protects both sides. After that, you pay, sometimes all cash, sometimes a mix of cash and financing. Yes, you can finance a business. Buying a business is just like buying a house or a car. There are banks and lenders that specialize in business loans. For example, there's something called an SBA loan. That's a government backed loan for small business buyers. It helps people with good credit, but not a lot of cash up front. Once the business is yours, you take over. That's when the fun really starts. You get to improve the marketing, build better systems, train staff, grow the customer base. The goal is simple: make it better than it was before. That's how you turn a good investment into a great one. A lot of people ask, is buying a business risky? Sure, everything in life has some risk, but buying an existing business is often less risky than starting from scratch. Why? Because the business already has a track record, customers, and revenue. It's like getting on a bike that's already moving instead of starting from a dead stop. Now, let's go back to the weight loss clinic example. Why are GLP-1 weight loss centers such a hot business right now? It's simple. Obesity rates are up. People want fast results. GLP-1 medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide really work. These clinics charge premium prices because the service helps people change their lives. And it's not a fad, it's backed by science. That's why investors are looking into this space. And remember, we're not talking about franchises. When you buy a GLP-1 weight loss center from a private seller, you keep full control. You don't pay franchise fees. You decide what products to offer, what staff to hire, and how to run your business. That means bigger profits and more freedom. Now, here's another thing people ask. Do I need special experience to buy a business? Not always. You don't have to be a doctor to own a weight loss clinic. For example, you just need to hire the right people: a medical director, nurse practitioners, or physician assistants, office staff. Your job as the owner is to make sure things run smoothly, not to do the medical work yourself. That's true for many businesses, whether it's a coffee shop, a laundromat, or even a car wash. You don't have to know everything. You just need to know how to lead a team. Now, let's quickly go over some common mistakes to avoid. One, don't skip due diligence. If you rush in without looking at the numbers or reading reviews, you might buy lemon. Two, don't overpay. A business is only worth what it makes in profits. Don't get emotional or let the seller pressure you. Three, don't forget about taxes and legal stuff. Work with a lawyer and an accountant. Make sure everything is set up right so you don't get hit with surprise bills. Now, here's a big tip. When you buy a business, think long term. It's not about making quick cash in 1 month. It's about building steady income for years to come. Let's say you buy a GLP-1 weight loss center, making $83,000 a month in profit. That's almost $1 million a year. Even if it takes you a year or two to pay off your loan, after that, it's all yours. That's why buying a business is one of the smartest moves an investor or entrepreneur can make. All right, let's wrap things up with a simple recap. Want to buy a business? Look for something in demand like weight loss clinics. Check the numbers: revenue, expenses, profit, Make sure the price is fair. Use financing if needed. Take over and make it even better. If you follow those steps, you'll go from wondering, want to buy a business, to saying, I own one and it's paying me every month. Before we end today's video, I want to hear from you in the comments. What kind of business would you buy if money wasn't a problem? Let me know down below. And if you're interested in learning more about buying GLP-1 weight loss clinics, specifically, check the link in the description below for more details. We've got free guides, checklists, and ways to book a call. If you want help getting started, just do those things. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. From my lips to your ears, I love you. I'll see you next time.